Hi, it's Stuart here. We're going to be making a video to make some biscuits. We've been making shortbread biscuits, but I'd say they're more of a cross between a shortbread biscuit and a cookie. One of my favourite versions of making a biscuit. They turn out really nice, really soft, and really nice, yeah. So let's give it a go. Okay, so wash your hands. Once your hands are all washed, we are going to need 4 ingredients. So we need butter, sugar, eggs, and self-raising flour. I tend to use self-raising flour rather than plain flour because it makes the biscuit spread out a little bit more and more of the cookie base than the shortbread base. So we need 250 grams of butter, 140 grams of sugar, 1 egg yolk, and 300 grams of the flour. Okay, so let's go. Scales. Okay, so butter, 250 grams. In. Okay, bit of a scale malfunction. There we go, we're back on, let's go. So next we need 140 grams of sugar. Okay. There we go, 140 grams of sugar. Next, we need 1 egg yolk. So to separate the egg, we need to split it and get the yolk. So what I tend to do is break the egg, you have the 2 shells, and then you pull half and half, so just watch it. Okay, so break the egg and split the yolk into 1/2, getting rid of the shell, okay? Then we're going to put that in the biscuit mix. There you go. All the rest you can just discard, we don't need that. Wash your hands, because obviously we're using raw egg. Okay, so in there, now we have the butter, the sugar and the egg, okay? Now it's time to give it a mix. You can use a wooden spoon to kind of go around with it. I myself pretend to like getting hands in, okay? So once your hands are nice and clean, which you just washed, get them in there and give it a good mix. Okay. Make it really squishy. Obviously you can use a mixer if you got a home for this, if you want to, whatever you prefer. Like I say, I prefer to get my hands in and give it a proper mix. Okay, so your mix should now look like this. Okay, all nice and creamed together. So that's got the butter, the sugar, and the eggs. Okay, right, give your hands a nice wash again, because obviously you've been touching the raw ingredients. How is everybody? Are you all keeping okay? Yeah? Everyone alright? At least it's nice and sunny, eh? Right. Okay, so we all up to speed, yeah? Okay, next job, we're gonna get our flour in there, okay? Some of you kids can probably remember making these biscuits at nursery. We often make these ones. Some of you can probably remember trying them. Okay, so self-raising flour, okay, we're going to have 300 grams. There we go. And we'll leave the flour out because we need that to do the rolling, okay? So again, I like to get my hands in there. So now the aim is to make a nice dough. Okay, so we're going to form a nice dough. Doesn't want to be too sticky, but doesn't want to be too dry. Obviously with this you can add lots of flavour if you wanted to. You can have drops of vanilla in there if you wanted to. You could add, say, some lemon, maybe lemon biscuits. You could have chocolate chips, raisins, sultanas. When you get to this stage, you can put absolutely anything you like. Me personally, I like a nice plain. Okay, it's working it really hard now. That's where your arms start to ache a bit. Okay, however, when you get to the stage, it's all combining together, you will end up with a lovely dough like this. Okay, nicely formed, not too sticky, but not too dry. Okay, so next job is rolling them out. Okay, so we're going to roll them out from here. So this is where we need our bit of flour to sprinkle on the board and also on the biscuit. Get yourself a nice rolling pin and we're going to roll the biscuits out. There we go. Again, like most of my biscuits, you want them to be about 1/2 centimetre thick. Okay. We have a tray that we can use. My hands a little wash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a little bit of fry light onto the tray to stop the biscuits sticking. However, you can use greaseproof paper or you can use oil if you want to as well. Okay, whichever is you have to hand. They're all about the same, okay? So I'll pop a little bit of this on there, just to stop them sticking. And today, we are going to make, what shape shall we make today? Let's go for, we're going to go for a little chicken or a cockerel. That's what we find today. Okay, so you can use whatever shape you want. Obviously these then will come out like this. Okay, I'll make a few of them. And keep putting them on your tray, give enough space, because they do like to grow a little bit. What I'm also going to do, so I've done a few of them. Now I'm going to do a few circle ones as well. So I'm going to use the plain edge. There we go. If you wanted to, you can make marks in these as well. If you want to score them with a fork, that's absolutely fine. And there we go, there's your biscuits. These are going to want to go into the oven, I would say, on 160 degrees C for about 12 to 15 minutes. Let's put our timer on. Okay, there we go. Right, I'm going to continue to make a few more, because this is quite a lot of mix, so you'll probably find that there'll be quite a few of these you can make, I'd say. I'm going to continue with the circles now. I reckon these will make between, I don't know, depends how thick you go, 12 to 15, 18 biscuits. What have we got so far? Let's have a count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 so far. I've still got a bit of mix left to be fair, so I think we're going to be pushing towards 18 for these, which will please my boys very muchly because they're going to be the ones that get to try them. Okay, so another one. Obviously you can cut these whatever shape you like. All I'll tend to say is, if you're gonna put them all on the same tray, make sure that the biscuits are about the same kind of size. Because otherwise, if they're not, what you'll find is, if you've got some really big ones and some really small ones on the same tray, the ones that are really small are going to cook quickly. The other ones will take longer and they'll probably burn. Okay, so try and keep them roughly all the same size. Okay. I'll do these ones as well. I'm going to score them so they're going to look slightly different to the rest going in. So just going to mark the tops, which will give them a bit of a pattern when they come out of the oven. There we go. So as you can see, these ones have got a bit of a score mark on them. All about the same size. Right, these will go in the oven as well. Okay, and we've got a little bit of mix left. I reckon we can make about another 3 biscuits, I'd probably say. So let's give them a go. Bit of flour on there. There's another one. 2. And as always, with when I make things like biscuits or scones, anything like that, okay, when you're left with a little bit at the end, it's not enough to make another full biscuit. Roll it into a ball, get squished down, so roughly the same thickness as everything else. And that is your taste tester. Okay, so with these ones, I'm going to give them a little prick. And these ones can have holes in the top. So will look like this. Okay, right, hands are washed. Okay, so recapping how we did that. Okay, so you got your bowl. You've got 250 grams of butter, preferably softened because it's easier to mix. Once you've done that, we add in the caster sugar, and that's 140 grams. Once you've done that, we add the egg yolk, just the yolk all by itself. Put that in, then we'll start to mix it round, okay? Make sure it's nice and soft using a spoon or your hands if they're clean. Once that's done, then it's time for the flour. I use self-raising flour because I like to make them more like a cookie base. You find if you use a self-raising flour, they expand a bit and they will kind of move about and get a bit larger. You can use plain flour for this recipe, it's absolutely fine. It just means your biscuit will be a bit stiffer and it will be a bit smaller. So if you're thinking you want to ice them or something, maybe go for the plain flour because it'll be a bit easier it'll be a bit more of a harder biscuit. Then once we've done that, we'll make the dough. Obviously add in whatever you want to add in. If you want to add things like your lemon zest, any kind of vanilla extracts or pods. Roll it out, get your cutter out, cut it to about 1/2 centimetre thickness, put them on a greased baking tray, pop them in the oven on 160 for about 12 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on them though, because some might take a bit shorter, some might be a bit longer. You're going to want them just before they really start to brown. What I tend to do is when mine are coming out, I'll bang the tray, because what you find is if you bang the tray out, the biscuit will start to spread and drop a bit and it becomes more like a cookie. Have a quick look, see if mine are ready and we can go for that. Let's have a go. Yeah, it's looking good. So with your tray, as you can see, they've all doubled in size. They're looking really big now. What I'll do, give your tray, just knocks the air out of them, makes them a bit flatter, and they'll spread out. So you can see them cookies now, they are absolutely massive. They're looking great. Same with these ones. I've only just put them in. Look at the size of them now. Bang the tray out. And it does make them like a little cookie. Nice little tip that is. Okay, so they're going to be about another, I'll probably say 2 or 3 minutes probably. So just before they start to golden, you can get them out. So I'd say they have been maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes probably, if that. So yeah, give them another 2 or 3 minutes. Take them out and they should be ready to eat. Let them cool down for a minute. My kids will like to eat them hot, so no doubt as soon as these come out of the oven, I'll have some little voices at the stairgate. Can I have one? Can I have one? And time for the testers. Do try one when they're hot though if you can, because they are really nice. But also when they've cooled down, they are really tasty. Okay, so enjoy them. And yeah, that's the shortbread biscuit cookie. If you need some pictures, we can post some pictures of what the actual biscuits look like. And yeah, there you go. Enjoy. Hope you get on okay. And enjoy the biscuits. See you soon, guys. Bye.